What's going on, TTM? For those that you must know, I just fucking did this segment and I hit record, but it didn't fucking record. I'm not a fucking happy motherfucker right now. What I was saying in my previous episode was that we are going to talk about the league for once. I'm doing a video. I just moved into my new casa. Fucking, it's great. I love it. If you want to come visit me, you're more than welcome. I have enough room for everybody. I won't be telling you that you have to sign a disclaimer to say my dog might kill you or I might kill you out of just spite. Anyway, let's get right to it. I'm going to talk about fucking trades today. There's a lot of trades in the league this year. Well, not a lot, but some. And I'm not going to talk about every single one, but I'm talking about the highlighted ones. I think our first big trade of the year came late April, early May, I believe it was, with Gunga Galungia and Gay getting involved, with Miguel Cabrera going to Bronx, and Hayward and Myers going to McNamee. Anyway, Miguel Cabrera in 360 at-bats for Bronx has 35 home runs. That's almost one home run every 10 at-bats. Fucking ridiculous. He has 89 active stat RBIs for Bronx. I don't have a single fucking guy on my team the entire fucking year with 89 RBIs. That's how good that is. A 333 average, that would probably be good enough for first in the league despite his hot start as well. A 436 OBP, absolutely insane. Now let's go combine Hayward and Myers. They had about 530 total at-bats combined, I believe, is what I added up if I can do my math right. So that's almost 100, about 170 more than what Cabrera had. And combined, Hayward and Myers had 21 home runs. 11 Hayward, 10 Myers. 5 stolen bases, 4 for Myers, a 278 average for Hayward, a 277 average for Myers, a 361 OBP for Hayward, and a 342 OBP for Myers. All great, all pretty good numbers, respectable. In a full season, those will round out to it's about double that, so 20 home runs for each. Maybe a few. Hayward is not stealing bases. He stole like 20-something last year. Not stealing them this year. He's been hurt, and now he's been hurt. He's got hit in the fucking head. I got concussed or whatever. Might as well be getting raped with my dick in his fucking back of his head. Anyway, we'll see what the future holds, like everybody keeps saying. But right now, I think this is a landslide victory for Bronx. This move has him clearly in second place. All of his trades have worked out dynamite. He just raped other people in all his trades. So right now, Bronx wins this trade hands down. If Miguel Cabrera gets busted for DUI or goes to a Venezuelan prison for fucking beating up his wife, well, then that changes the story. But we'll see what happens. The next trade also involved Bronx and the last place team, Florida, which I don't like. I'm trying to make a move to make the last place team that cannot trade in our league. Addison Reed has 25 saves. Bronx got him. He has a 3.3 ERA, a .9 whip. He gave up Brett Lawrie. He's been hurt most of the year. But when he's played well for Flora. Got 5 homers, 6 steals, 320 average. We'll see if Flora keeps him. If Flora keeps him and he produces again next year, well, Flora's going to win the trade. But as for this year, Bronx clearly wins the trade. Next trade also involved the last place team, Floric and Schaefer and D's Dominators. Schaefer got Burton, the holds guy from Minnesota, who has 19 holds. Not a very good ERA, a 4.6 ERA, but he's still the 8th inning guy, which is big. He also got Casey Jansen, the closer in Toronto, who has 19 saves and a 3.6 ERA. Again, not a great ERA, but those holds and saves are just dominating for him. Floric got Dominic Brown, who had one of the most insane months we've seen in a long time. But really, outside of that first month and maybe a week or two into June, Dom Brown has done absolutely fucking nothing. He has, I think, 4 or 5 homers since then. So in the next, 2.5, 3 months, he's barely got 5 home runs. That's the kind of player Dom Brown is. He's not a good player. He had 282 average, 332 OBP for Florida. But outside of that hot month, he's done jack shit. AJ Ramos, who we also got in this trade. So it was a holds guy for a holds guy, kind of. Well, we saw Burton with 19 active stat holds. AJ Ramos has 2 active stat holds and a 5.8 ERA. Well, that clearly is not very good. Schaefer clearly wins that trade. Next trade was a big talked about trade between some little rookies, or rookie and a minor league guy. Jose Fernandez for Kroon, who he got, has 10 wins, a 1.5 ERA, 0.86 WHIP, but he just got shut down for the rest of the year, not because of injury, because of innings limit. Tabor, on the other hand, got some other, I think, Oder DZ or Oder my Dick Izzy, and he also got, I think he's dropped already, he sucks. The main other piece was Oscar Taveras, the Cardinals outfielder, who was on the DL with an ankle injury and has been out for what seems like almost the whole year. His season's over. Obviously, this year, Kroom clearly wins that trade. Future, I think Taveras could be a good player. Taveras' main attribute that is going to go going forward is his power. If he can hit over 30 home runs and hit 330 or so, what a fucking dynamite player that guy's going to be. But clearly, Fernandez is no slouch himself. He fucking proved he's a damn good pitcher. So, I think Kroom wins it now. Future, I'm going to stick with Kroom because I've seen the guy in the big leagues. I haven't seen Taveras in the big leagues. Next trade also involves Kroom and myself. I gave up Jeff Weaver. Kroom got him. He has 6 active stat wins, 3.3 ERA, 1.13 WHIP. Pretty good stats. I got James Russell, who has a 4.4 ERA and 6 holds. Not that great, but decent, I guess. I also got, this was the key guy in the trade, Lance fucking Lynn. What a shit brick this guy is. This is why I don't fucking have Cardinals on my team. I fucking hate Cardinals. They're the worst team in baseball, and Lance Lynn is the biggest jack fucking ass in the world. How is this guy even possibly in the major leagues right now? I dropped his ass a while back. He fucking sucks. God, I get drunk just fucking thinking about that fucking guy. The next trade, well, we're talking about 2 trades in this one. It was a trade that was made, but then vetoed. I think there's only 2 vetoed trades this year. This was one of them, and I'm trying to still figure out why, because I've seen already a few bad trades on this list that I've already gone through. Anyway, the original trade was Derek Jeter, who has since been dropped and is now out for the year, for Darren O'Day, who I have also dropped and sucks ass. He didn't do much for me. I think he had a few holds. I think he had 3 holds. But I ended up giving up Adam Dunn, who has also been dropped. So I'm trying to see why 3 players that were involved in this whole trade are all now dropped, but the fucking league made a big stink about it, and this was the first veto trade in our league. Still don't get that one because all the guys are dropped. Not like it was fucking game changers. Not like my team's gone up with O'Day. My team's fucking gone down with that dick shit on my fucking team, and now he's gone. Dunn's a free agent. Jeter's fucking out for the year. He's a fucking bitch. Most overrated player in all of baseball history. Anyway, there's no winner in that trade because everybody's fucking dropped and everybody thinks they all suck because no one's picking their asses up. Anyway, next trade we got is D's Dominators again trading with the last place guy, Floric. D's Dominators got Matt Holliday, who has 6 home runs, 3 steals, 319 average, and a 407 OBP. Pretty good stats for a guy to replace Ryan Braun. Who'd he give up? Must have been a badass player. Well, it was Johnny fucking Cueto, who has not pitched 1 fucking out since he's been traded, and is more than likely out for the entire year. And that trade goes through and mine gets vetoed. I still don't get it, but whatever. I think Holiday is a keeper fucking hitter, and I think Cueto is a giant fucking vagina. That's how that trade went. And I was trying to trade a shit fucking old guy, Jeter, for a shit fucking holds guy, O'Day, who both got dropped. Don't get it. And I ended up trading Dunn, who was a keeper, but then got dropped again. He still sucks. So there you have it. That's that trade. Now let's take a look at some fucking standings that don't make me so fucking mad. We have Bolt, who is now in first place, and by a comfortable margin, I must say, too. Bolt's team has been hitting lights out for about the better part of the last month. His team is on fire right now. Every single player in his lineup is hitting. Coco Crisp had, I think, 6 home runs entering August, and then from August until present, he has 8 or 9 home runs. I don't know what's going on, but that would constitute you being on fire. He did have a little bit of a setback with Jacoby Ellsbury a couple weeks ago. He is now out. I don't know if he'll return this year. He may. I mean, they're going to need him for the playoffs if they make it, which they should. So we'll see what happens. Other than that, yeah, his team, everybody hits. Alfonso Soriano is the biggest, giant, gaping, fucking douchebag, bitch, motherfucking piece of shit, cock-sucking, faggot, fucking bitch, fucking crap, shit, fuck, dick, fucking dick, rag, fucking, I don't know, bloody fucking bitch. I hate that fucking guy more than life at fucking self. That guy plays for fucking couple years on the Cubs, does fucking jack shit, doesn't try for fucking anything. He gets straight to the fucking Spankies, and now all of a sudden he's one of the best players in fucking baseball. I fucking hate that guy. So, Bolt, you're in first place right now. You got a comfortable lead. Looks like maybe the Balboni Cup was right. You might win the league. Second place is Bronx, who's dropped off a bit. Bronx has some work to do to get back to the title contention. His team is kind of falling flat right now. Another person who's come to the league is Kroom. The Sacrifice Blunts are now in third place. They're looking pretty good, but Jose Fernandez, like I mentioned earlier, is shut down for the year. So that is a big, giant, gaping hole in Kroom's pitching staff. So we'll see what happens. In fourth place is Schaefer, whose team has fallen flat since the Ryan Braun issue dropped. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, maybe his other teammates are taken, and now they have back off taken, so his team is backed off. My team's in fifth place. My team sucks ass. My team is really bad. In sixth place is Yannick. Yannick came up a little bit. He was in the 90s for a while, but he's since fallen back into the low 80s. Other than that, I think Rooster's in fifth or sixth, seventh. I don't know who the fuck the rest of the fucking league is. The rest of the league don't pay attention, I don't think, at this point in time. Anyway, I'm fucking back with fucking videos. I'm getting wasted. It's football season. There's still baseball to be played. I can't fucking wait. It's going to be a great year, or it's been a great year. Good luck to everybody still in contention for the money this year. And I'll try to have at least one or two more videos before the season's out. I'll see y'all later.